and after qualifying as a Readucate Trust, I then implemented the first program where I had 12 inmates, and they all did very well. And after receiving their certificate, I felt that I should move to Cullinan prison because I wanted to be closer to my aunt who stays in Tembisa. So on the day that I was being transferred, one of the inmates said, "Junius, I don't have a family in Joburg, but I'd like to go with you. I'd like to go to Joburg because I didn't have a chance to enroll for the program. One of my friends did the program and is going to enroll for a plumbing course. So I'd like to join you." So that is where I started feeling that people or some inmates noticed that the program was very crucial and it was easier because now through the grapevine, the message was spread across the prison. So when I was in Cullinan, to my surprise, I met this inmate. He took a transfer, he came to Cullinan prison and he enrolled for the program. And he did very well. And unfortunately, the parole board officers called me that same, it was 2006, they said, "Junius, you are supposed to be released. But would it be okay that you get released next year in early January?" The reason was that my first year at Cullinan, when I went to the school, when I introduced, it was orientation, when I introduced the program to the inmates, my class was so full. I don't know how many inmates I had. So the officer said, "Junius, there's no way that we can release you now. You must deal with these inmates, then next year you are going to be released." So I said, "No, it's fine." So I had to help all the inmates, and it was wonderful because the prison environment, you find inmates who are not even willing to go to school. They just go and stay in their cell, wake up early in the morning, go and wash, come back and sleep. But while I was there, things changed. And everybody loved coming to school, just to come and read a book. You know, all those, I enjoyed the wonderful moment with all the inmates. On my release, when I went to Kulisa, and then Edna introduced me to Kulisa, it was another wonderful moment because they trained me and they found that I was passionate about reading, I was passionate about going out into the schools and talking to the students. Luckily, the Danish embassy invested something, I don't know how much was it, but I went to Tembisa High School where I I was running a program like every teacher. I would come early in the morning and then leave late in the afternoon. I was running it is called Silence the Violence, where they explain that the violence has 3 levels. It's verbal, emotional, and physical violence. So the interesting part was the non-communication violence. So where people, will commit violence but without any action. So, and the other part was the 5 languages of love, where children have to, demonstrate the 5 languages of love, which was very, very lovely. So I enjoyed the part with the Kulisa, and it came to a point where I had to go back to Readucate now, because due to other unforeseen circumstances, we didn't have much funding, and I went back to Readucate. So it's true, it was a wonderful feeling for me to go to Kimberley and go straight into the prison, where I had 2 groups in 2 different prisons. And I implemented the program which the pass mark was so huge. I think I did a wonderful job in Kimberley, and I'm very much proud because I'm now trying to show back to the inmates that even if you go to prison, but if you change your mind and tell yourself that you want to be a positive person, you want to contribute to the economy of this country, it's possible. Everything is possible. So I think I enjoyed my stay in Kimberley, and in my whole life, because I don't even have a teacher's diploma or so, but with Readucate, I'm so empowered that in my life, when I go around the schools, I met teachers. And it was lucky that Readucate had to send me down to Northern Cape, where I had a group of, I think, 12 teachers at DR. And I told them Readucate program. And believe me, I think, it was another feeling that I've never had. Because I was at a level where I'm given all the methods and techniques of how to read and write, spelling, memory training, all those techniques. Now given to somebody who was trained 30 years ago, but he's a teacher, he's a qualified teacher, but he don't know the skills. And then they have to go and write the test and pass, Unfortunately, I didn't bring any letters, but those teachers wrote wonderful letters about me, about the program, and how everything was arranged. So I had a wonderful group in DR, and just now I'm coming from Northern Cape again, from Priska, where I had another group of teachers. And I'm just happy that being with Readucate, I'm enjoying myself. I know I should upgrade my skills to come to a level where even if I meet anybody with a degree or whatever, then I shouldn't, because sometimes when you are facing with somebody who is highly qualified, sometimes you can tremble a little bit. You think that, oh, this person now, what is going to happen? But with the Readucate, I think I'm empowered to such an extent that I believe in myself, and I know I'm doing a wonderful job. Thank you.